boring, tiring, effective, and educational. When asked to describe school in 4 words, this is what Morgan Pate, an Osceola Middle School 8th grader, chose. Granted, school isn't what most kids anticipate during their few months of summer break. What if there was something to look forward to? What if there was something that makes learning fun and so much easier? Kids come to school every day and dread talking aloud to their peers. They come to do their work, learn, and avoid talking at all possible costs. When the word shy comes to mind, what do you think?
Shy means that you're embarrassed to do stuff and you can't do what you really want to feel inside.
Shy to me is not showing people who you are because you're afraid of what they'll think.
There are countless different interpretations of the word shy, but regardless of how you see it, FLOcab is an easy way to get out of your shell and have fun while doing so. What's FLOcab, some kids may ask? FLOcab is the process of defining a vocabulary word. Tyrese Pope is nearly famous for his vocabulary skills. He's here to explain what FLOcabulary is and how it might help you.
FLOcab is when you're given a word and you have to make a 2-line version of that word. FLOcab is really used to increase kids' vocabulary and get them to learn new words.
This means that no matter what grade you may be in, you're eligible to compete and even win in a competition between classes. Rivalries are formed, but only in the most exciting of intentions. Things are all fun and games when it comes to FLOcab, and it doesn't feel like you're forced to trudge through another relentlessly boring day of vocabulary practice. There are a few who could agree with me, and Tyrese Pope, an OMS 8th grader, is one of them.
Why be serious when we can bring levity into the situation and party like it's the 70s? No compliments. I know my flow is heavenly and I laugh at the fact that you think that you are ahead of me. I know you do FLOcab, but I do it incredibly. If I don't take the trophy home, who's there instead of me? I have enemies endlessly, especially the ones who sit there helplessly and need attention medically. All that's on the field, but I'm not getting penalties. This is my recipe, and I do not say it sensibly.
Tyrese is a contestant to beat. His drive is nearly explosively impressive. But how did he come this far?
I got into FLOcab in 6th grade because it was something we had to do in Miss Viper's class, and I actually enjoyed it. And after a while, I really enjoyed it, and I started making them longer, and people started to like them, and I started to kind of appreciate the respect I got for it. So I kind of just kept doing it, and it became a passion of mine.
After such an impressive performance, could you believe Tyrese was ever shy?
I was shy in 6th grade because I just got to this school and a lot of my friends didn't go here. So it was kind of just me and then everybody else. I was a drop in the ocean. And FLOcab kind of helped me get out of my shell because people started to like me, I started to become popular, and it was just fun because I started to become known and I wasn't a nobody anymore.
Tyrese Pope is not the only Osceola middle schooler who may think equivalently to FLOcab's extraordinariness. Leanna Baylock is another who shines bright through FLOcab, one that certainly surprises you.
Your voice is dubious, it's not very clear. Would you speak a little better so I can hear? You basically win every time. Yes, we can tell you know how to rhyme. I'm tired of coming in second. Your rhymes are like a nuclear weapon. Wait, no, we're going to send it back. You tried to get here first, but we're going to attack. Go ahead and make it a war zone, but if you cry, go cry alone. Everyone thinks you're the best, but when I go up, they're impressed. This is supposed to be fun and not when we made it. I'm sure you're used to this, but can you take a hit? I'm sorry if this upsets you, I truly am, but what's that? That's the sound of my success with the sound of a band.
There's a countless amount of people who automatically change in an optimistic way when they receive a new assignment regarding the notorious FLOcab. FLOcab is a new way of learning elaborate vocabulary words, and after one rhyme, you'll find yourself using the words repetitively. The beauty of FLOcab is, you don't even have to be good at it to have fun. In fact, half of the kids who have the most fun with it are horrible at rhyming. Whether it's a witty rhyme or not, the words definitely stay intact with your mind. FLOcab isn't just a fun way to learn and memorize words. FLOcabulary is an extraordinarily efficient way of allowing students of all ages to be creative and, in other words, outgoing. Tyrese Pope and Leanna Baylog are not the only ones who look forward to this type of vocabulary practice. Miss Martino and Miss Beccaro anticipate the lesson as well.
The reason we do FLOcabulary is to introduce vocabulary to the students. It teaches them a lot of creative writing techniques. We introduce couplets, a form of poetry, 2 lines of poetry. But the students have taken it to an extreme, and you see students that you'll meet in this video like Tyrese and Leanna. They're just 2 of the many students that instead of just writing 2 lines of poetry, transform their poems into these elaborate 2-3 pages even, and we look forward to it. We do it here every 2 weeks. The students get together, we get to battle with other classes, and my 7th graders take on the 8th graders, and and it's a lot of fun. It teaches them how to get up in front of the class and works on their public speaking. So, you know, we've seen kids develop and just become more confident in themselves, and that's, I mean, one of those learning moments that they'll always remember.
I like using FLOcabulary with my students because it gets them familiar with academic vocabulary, SAT words, and the actual writing helps them with using figurative language.
FLOcab is an efficient way of getting kids to strive and persevere in a subject they may not ultimately desire. FLOcabulary is also a way for those kids who dread speaking aloud to actually enjoy doing so. It's fun and not the equivalent to boring, bland vocab. FLOcab is a new and improved way of getting students involved.
And that was pretty close. So if you think Tyrese is the winner,